I like work that's a bit open-ended, that is not didactic, that leaves room for interpretation and growth and discovery. I think that's the point. I have a very healthy background in visual arts, video art, extended reality work, filmmaking, and a while ago started to work on conflating kind of contemplative practices, new technology, and the arts.
Jesse Fleming and I met at the choreographic coding lab at UCLA. Jesse and I started this conversation about consciousness, and then a couple years ago started devising this piece from this question Jesse had about creating empathy.
And a large conversation was like, are we making a piece about technology, or are we using technology to make a piece?
Generally, we were interested in creating a new mythology.
And the arc of the story is a kind of mythology of departure, threshold, and return. So we're trying to almost tell an ancient story in a very cutting-edge way.
I really wanted this motion capture element and this sonification and this spatial element that seemed integral.
Bare bones, we're wearing motion capture suits, there are sensors, and those sensors create an image of an avatar that is in relationship to us.
There's audio reactive scenes within the visual space.
Normally as a composer, you get to control everything. This is more like I'm allowing there to be toys to play with, and it's like, yo, play with any toy you want in the space. Think of it like a MIDI controller. So my idea was to envision the virtual dance floor as a square filled up with all the other squares.
How the dancer moves, what their kinetic energy is, translates into setting off these samples.
The space, the volume of this room is the instrument, and the dancers become the musician, the instrumentalist, playing the space.
It's an immersive experience that uses dance and live technology and music to bring you into a different state of understanding.
It was challenging because we kept running up against problems. This new software and this new code and everything.
We knew that we needed to increase our computing power. We're the Center for Emerging Media Arts is part of the HP EDUCAUSE program. When I first reached out to HP, I got on a call expecting to speak to a person, and it was like a team of 10. HP and Nvidia were on that call and helped us to identify what we needed. They offered some help assessing the specs that we would need for the computing. Jeff paired me with Max, who is one of their ambassadors. He's a machine learning PhD candidate at Harvard. We started to collaborate on some of the visual material. I created the data sets with my own photographs, and then we'd process them together and look at different ways of manipulating the images to kind of acquire the effect that we were going for. So HP came through in a few ways on this project, specifically working with HP and then Nvidia to build out the machine was quite integral. The relationship with Max was very meaningful to the work also. It was a really positive and nurturing experience.
We have an HP Z4 workstation that has inside of it an NVIDIA RTX A6000 graphics card, entire build by HP, and especially the A6000 card. It really enabled the graphics of this piece to be possible. It was by far the most powerful computer I've ever had the privilege to work with. It really is a beast that without it, this show would not be possible. From this workstation, I am sending data to Lewis. I'm receiving data from the motion capture suits. I'm running Unreal, I'm running Rococo, and I'm also controlling the moving lights via DMX signal. Opening it up to real time just allows for so much just fine-tuning and live performance capabilities that just I don't think was really possible even just a couple years ago.
Working with technology partners like HP, who give us the latest kit that we get to play with and break, that really stretches our students' imaginations, is a really great relationship. One of the things I really like working about them is that it's not just about the tech, but it's about human relationships, and also really thinking about the ways that we use technology.
Technology brings you to a deeper state of play and performance and spontaneity. Can this container be stimulating and rich and dynamic enough that it makes me dance more fully and be more present?
We're expanding the interiority of the body and the kinetics of the body through spatial audio, through sonification of the body, through this kind of coupling of a virtual world and a material world in this digital twin relationship. Space as an empty void is a fallacy, and there's something maybe more interesting that we can perceive through the use of art and technology.
Our hope with the Wilds is that using this technology, we're able to close the gap between people, and I think we're lucky that our piece worked out great and the experiment was worthwhile, and I'm happy we all took the risk.
It was a big gamble. Really, really grateful and feel very bonded to my collaborators having an outcome that seems to be hitting its mark.